In this video, we're going to go over flossing, how to utilize it, what it is. This is a floss band. Get these on Amazon. I don't know, 15 bucks, but it's not a TheraBand. A lot thicker than that. You can use these on any of the joints in your body. Don't use it on your neck. You can even use it kind of around your hamstrings, but essentially what it does is it's going to create blood flow and alleviation to that area. So how you use it is, let's say we're using it for the knee. We're going to talk about all the different applications today, but let's say we're using it for the knee. I personally like to do one underneath and one above, so you get two floss bands. But if you only have access to one, you're wrapping it here, and then you're doing a couple wraps on top. So if you have pain right here, then this is what you're going to do if you only have one floss band. Now with the floss band, you don't want to go 100% stretch. You want to go about 70%. And whenever you are utilizing the floss band, the first thing you want to do is you just want to utilize it as compression. So you're going to use this and do this protocol as much as you would ice it. So you would just leave it on here, keep it here, and you can just walk around like this, 2 to 5 minutes. There's no real set time. You just don't want to leave it on for, 15, 10 minutes. But, 5 minutes is probably max, 2 minutes. But however long you would ice it, that's what you're going to use it for. So the first thing you're going to do is you're just going to use it as compression. Help swelling go down, help get blood flow to that area, because tendons and ligaments are just notorious for having poor blood flow. So if you want that area to heal, if you want the inflammation to go down, you just need blood to start flowing through that area. So that's kind of how you do it with the knee, and some of the application for all the other areas. You can also do it with the ankles. I like elbows. Shoulders are a little bit more difficult, but with the ankles, we'll talk about that here in a second. But once you get past the stage where you just use it for compression, then you can start to use it during load. So while you're squatting or while you're doing ankle raises or something, after a few weeks, because what it does is it provides a little bit of alleviation to that area. So let's say if you have scar tissue or something that your body's trying to break up after an injury, that's just so painful. Your brain is never going to be able to get out of pain because it's just so painful. So what you can do instead is you can attach the floss band, and maybe the first few sets or even the whole entire set that you're doing, you can have the floss band on there, and that's going to provide alleviation to that area while you're doing your strength exercises, where your body doesn't feel pain, but you're still introducing it to new ranges of motion. So this is how you do it for the ankle. I usually go on top, a little bit underneath. Some people just go straight on top. This is great for Achilles tendonitis. If you go a little bit more on the bottom, it's good for plantar fasciitis, and it's good because it can strengthen that area because there's a little bit of tension. But if you're just leaving it on there, all it's doing is providing blood flow. But you can start to strengthen it in utilizing the different ranges of motion that you'd be working it in. So just like this, notice there's no load here. There's just resistance because of the tension within the band. So I like this, and doing ankle circles and stuff like this is fantastic after an ankle sprain. Even if you're a basketball player or just someone who has notoriously tight ankles, or if you had ankle injuries in the past, doing stuff like this is really beneficial. It can be helpful in increasing your range of motion, and then you can start to add it on while you're doing loaded things like this, or calf raises, stuff like that. So same with the quad. If you're doing squats and things, putting it on during your first set of squats is really helpful. And then lastly, you can do the same thing at the elbow joint and in the shoulder joint. But the most difficult thing is if you don't have a partner to help you in those specific areas, then what you're going to do, and I'm not going to demonstrate it here, but what you're going to do is you're going to do one wrap really quickly, like around the hand like this, so that it's attached, and then you can go up to the elbow or the shoulder. The shoulder is really difficult if you don't have a partner, but to each his own. You'll figure it out. You'll get better at it. And so just wrapping like that. So that's the best way to do it. And then you treat it the exact same way as you would your ankles and knees. Just compress first, and then over time you can do rotations. When to do this, how often to do this. I would do it, just the compressing part. Like if you have an injury or something, you're healing injury, just trying to get the blood flow there. I would do this as often as you would ice it. So maybe, 3 to up to, 8 times a day, leaving it on there for 2 to 5 minutes. That's gonna, be the best thing to do. And then during your warm-up is really helpful, and even during your cool down. Like if you don't have time to stretch or something after playing basketball or sport, throw these on there just to get that blood flow there. It's super beneficial. So that's how you utilize the floss band. The only other way that you can use it is, let's say you have some type of hamstring injury or a strain or something, you can wrap it around, the hamstring or the hip area as well. That's a little bit more cantankerous, but you get the idea. So that's how you use floss bands.